Welcome back to Let's Play Rome Total War, Carthage Campaign, episode 166 with me, Squawker. And when we left off, we had captured Halicarnassus from the Egyptians in our ongoing effort to subjugate and capture the coastline of Asia Minor. It's all working very profitably for us now, and we must now continue to increase our profits and our prospects. Next turn, we'll be making our move against Rhodes, and I'm sending my navies to also cause some trouble for the Egyptian fleets in the eastern Mediterranean in order to clear the way for our upcoming landing party, which will make its move at Sidon in order to bring about our final victory. Admiral Charmendius as well will also continue seeking out new things to do, and yeah. Meanwhile, in Libya, we are seeking to, well, not put an end to the threat, but we are continuing to kill the threat, that is the Egyptians over here. We're basically laying waste to their armies as we do. And we have new fleets setting sail with many armies. Basically, we're going all out on Egypt. I have no issue with the Britannians, and I have no reason to attack them, so, yeah. Yeah, it's all about the Egyptians now. It's all about just murdering them and taking the Mediterranean. Let the barbarians have the wild, untamed inlands, where there is little for me to trade. Trade by the sea is where it's at, as you can see. All my lovely naval trade networks just dominating the lands. That's where the real money's at the end of the day. So, without further ado, let's jump into what we've got to do. We're already halfway through this term. We've got to just deal with one more army, and then we're going to do our administration, as we always love to. So, let's just get this battle over and done with, and then we can continue to the next term, where we can make our move on Rhodes. So, we're going to be fighting Captain Teos today of the Egyptians. He's brought himself a somewhat more interesting Egyptian army. He's got quite a few Pharaoh's Guard among his ranks, as well as a few Nile spears. He's also got Nile cavalry and desert cavalry. He's also got artillery and quite a lot of bowmen and Pharaoh's bowmen and some chariot archers. This could be quite an interesting army, and he also does have plenty of chariots, so I'm hoping that Balhanohedus will be capable of the task. He does have quite a few Sacred Band and Poenis already in his command, as well as plenty of missile and cavalry support. However, the Egyptians may have quite a bit of mobility against us today, so they may try to get the drop on us. The strength ratio may not even be in our favour, so trying to push the Egyptians into a retreat could be a trying issue. It'll also make it hard for us to use our elephants and junk, but let's see how we can get on against this foe, because I do have trust in Balhano to bring me a victory. At least I hope I do. Anyway, the strength ratio is 1-to-1. It looks like it's slightly leaning in the Egyptians' favour, but it should be more or less even. We are outnumbered, however, because they are bringing, well, a lot of numbers. But I think if we put in the effort, pull up our socks, and all that lovely business, I think we can bring this army down, and we can bring the Egyptians back to heel. So, without further ado, let's march in and do what must be done.
Men, this battle is inevitable, but victory hangs in the balance. Act with courage, O noble soldiers, and victory is in our grasp. By tomorrow, our sword arms will ache from overuse.
Okay, lads, let's get ready then. Okay, curious battlefield today, actually. Many rocks are hanging around. This could actually disrupt a lot of formations, so we may be able to... Well, I say we could use this to our advantage, because that's supposed to be Egyptians to take the offensive. And also some sort of rubble or construction site going on here. I wonder if the Egyptians are trying to build a fort or an outpost here. Either way, this is a pretty unique battlefield we'll be playing with today. Because, well, there's a hell of a lot of rocks right in the middle. Looks like we've got two angles of approach, really. We can either march through the centre here, or we could try and march on this flank here. I think this flank will give us more room for manoeuvrability. The Egyptians may try to sneak some troops through here, though, so we must be wary of that. In terms of moving around, I want to avoid rocks, because as you can see, these are just going to be brilliant for making formations go absolutely everywhere. So let's avoid this happening here. So, let's get ourselves ready. So, first things first, strong front line. So let's have our Poenis setting up here. We're going to march this way, so we're avoiding these rocks altogether, really. And this may actually even catch the Egyptians off guard. But I suspect they'll try and set themselves up in the middle. But we do have rocks here as well. Why have I just not, like, ugh, rocks everywhere. Right, we're going to march from here, and that'll be where we'll be more rock-free. So, just bring it back a little bit, Sacred Band, because the slingers do have to go in front. So, slingers, let's get you guys up in front and ready to go. So, there we go. There we go. Nice to set up. Heavy onagers, you also need to be ready, and you do have to just remain nice and guarded by my troops, because as we do know, the Egyptians are snaky snakes. We're going to have our Poenis guard this flank here, and we'll have Libyan spears guard the other flank. It does mean we have one flank that's stronger than the other. However, due to where we're actually physically placed, we could probably get away with having a weaker flank here, because we'll be maybe able to funnel and filter the enemy as they try and come for us, especially with these rocks, which we can try and use as a natural border. Long shield, you will hide within the rocks and potentially try and navigate an ambush from them. Iberians, you're going to be here. You're just existing, really, for the sake of existence. Elephants, you're at the back, because I need you to be wary of the enemy archers who are here to make trouble for you. General, you will march with the Sacred Band, and you will take the more open plains where you'll be able to get up to speed and launch some charges. Either way, we're making our formation here where it's going to be more safe for us, but this is quite a challenging battlefield, so let's see how this one plays out. Looks like I made the right decision making my Poenis all go here, by the way, but I suspect the Egyptians are going to try and move themselves away from me. They're going to try and make a formation within the rocks, which is curious. Either way, try and get at least one shot out against those chariot archers if you can. And then we'll have to maneuver. Right, looks like the enemy's going to move. Right. Let's try and work out where they're going. I think they're going to try and arrange themselves on that hill over there. So, I say we make our line here now in between these rocks. So, Sacred Band, if you could move up there, and I'll put you here. Poenis, if you could try and get yourselves here and watch anything that's trying to march through the rocks. Libyans, if you can watch our flanks here, that'd be excellent. Cavalry, make sure you're nearby to provide assistance, as will be the long shields. Either way, we're gonna have to navigate the maze for that today. Well, that's what we are in. We are in an amazing maze. Well, it's not really amazing, it's more really, really annoying. By the way, slingers, don't forget yourselves, keep moving up, come on. But that's just about every unit moving up now, except for the elephants. For elephants, you can maneuver up to here if you want. How about, yeah, put yourselves here. And maybe able to sneak, I mean, they may be able to just batter through these rocks with it, so they may be able to just take a more direct approach than what I'm planning. Who are you, by the way? Iberians. You can move up as well, but to be honest, I don't have too much use for you. Either way, all troops, if we just move up and we restructure our line here, that may make taking the offensive to the Egyptians a little easier for myself, because right now this is a exceedingly curious battlefield, if I do say so myself. It's just all these weird rocks. I mean, they're just here to disrupt our formation, but there wasn't really any clue that we'd be dealing with something like this on the campaign map. Got some cavalry here as well, who look like they're just watching us and waiting for an opportunity to cause trouble. What have we got here? Desert cavalry. Big faces. What? I think we'll bring those guys down quite easily. They're not particularly tough. They can do a bit of damage, but let's face it, they're only like cavalry. Right. Men, let's advance our formation a little further. I know we're making our formation between these rocks now, but because I can't orientate anything, I want to line up by these rocks now. So let's keep moving, men, and make sure we're all ready to do our part, do our duties, and fight with all our hearts. Right. So everyone's moving up. Cavalry, if you could be here, I want to have my eye on those desert axes, or those desert cavalry there. The tricky unit who are up to no good, really. Right, so everyone's moving up now. Elephants are holding position. Elephants, tell you what, you move up to here now. Long shields, you keep an eye on this flank still. So right, everyone's moving up again. I think it's like we're going on a very long walk today, but luckily since we are just walking around, you know, it doesn't necessarily bring our stamina down. just keeps us going nice and steady. We're not walking up any hills, we're just having a pleasant walk and fucking our formations. I mean, this is kind of disastrous, what I'm looking at here, right? Poenies, let's tidy the formation up a little bit better than that, please. Come on. I know you got rocks to help defend yourselves, but we're going to try and use those to choke the enemy more than anything. Right. And the Egyptians are on the move at this point as well, so they're getting themselves ready. So, onagers, we'll wait for you to get into position. Slingers, you remain there, and await further orders. I want to wait and see what the Egyptians do, but right now, looks like they're trying to get their chariots ready. Their chariots, however, are not going to have a lot of fun navigating these rocks. That's going to hinder their mobility and maybe prevent them from getting adequate charge bonuses out. And also, these rocks are not going to make the things for the... Could make things actually easier for the Falcons, but at the same time, disruption to their formation could be quite fatal to them. We'll observe how this goes at the end of the day, but and again, these rocks could actually make an effective shield against my artillery. Right, artillery, are we still moving up? Yes, we are. We are now really waiting for the Egyptians to make their move. Iberians, you can go up there a little bit if you want. Either way, I am now just awaiting the enemy's move. Oh, really, it's still my move. The ball is in my court, and all we've done today so far is just go on an extended hike. Right, onagers, I want you to move forward and try and start hitting something. You may lure the Egyptians into a fight. That's kind of what I want to do. I feel like with this kind of battlefield, it will be easier to be a defender than an aggressor. So we need to try and force the Egyptians to take the offensive. Nothing pisses them off quicker than being smacked down by my onagers. So they do have artillery of their own, by the way, but it's quite far at the back, so it might not necessarily get in our way. Never really known the Egyptians to be brilliant with siegecraft anyway. And ooh, all right, you hit a chariot, but oh well, actually you hit a chariot. That's still okay by me. We're targeting these not Sacred Band. We're targeting you. I'm gonna make those guys our main target. May as well just hit anything that's a Pharaoh class unit. They're the tricky ones who I like to be rid of, really. Excellent. That's already weakening their formations, right? Keep it up, onagers. Just keep the shots coming. More than we hit, but I think we hit something there. I don't know. Oh, that was a good shot, right? Tell you what, onagers, because while what you're hitting is good, I think I want you to hit something else. Try and get yourselves into range of these guys here, because then that's going to give us a chance to start maybe dealing some damage against the Pharaoh's bowmen, who will be a more tempting target for me. I thought those guys were going to move for a minute there, but it looks like that's not the case. And oh, there we go. See, if we hit them right in the center of their formation, that's where we're going to be doing maximum. I mean, there we go. There's more dead Pharaoh's bowmen there. Right, keep it up, onagers. More enemies you're killing, the better. I just saw something else die. Just keep killing. I love watching the enemy get killed. That's all I can say, really. Not some sort of murderer, nasty person, but just more as you know. I'm tactically erasing the enemy. Right. Get these shots coming, even if they are lagging like hell in triple speed today, which is annoying in a way, but right. Looks like the enemy's trying to re-maneuver. At the same time, that can be quite fatal for them if they put themselves there. That's just going to make it a little easier for me to hit those Pharaoh's bowmen as well, because, well, I'm targeting that unit anyway. Yep, there we go. There's quite a few dead more units there. Not doing well, are you? Right. On, just keep it up. Keep it up until you're out of ammo, basically, now. That's all I want you to do. Just keep on firing. The more units you kill, the better you've done. Definitely got another hit there as well. Let's see if we can get at least one more hit out before... Oh, there we go. 2 more good hits. I just saw another hit go out as well. The chariots aren't faring too well today, which is always good news to me. Right, how many shots we got left? Probably only got like maybe 2 or 3 more. I think this is going to be our last shot now, so let's just slow down. Ooh. I think this is for definite our last shot now, so let's just let the last few fly out in nice, dignified, actual real time. That's not going to hit. Right, come on, just you can do better than that. I know you can. I know you can do way better than that. Get a good shot out, please. This is our last shot. I think it's completely skied it. Don't even know where that's going to fucking... Oh! But it's somehow knocked out back. By the way, what is this? Oh dear. See? This is where the rocks can be quite bad for the chariots, by the way. It can make this happen. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie. Okay, onagers, if you want to call it a day, you may return to your homes. Right, the Egyptians still aren't biting. We need to try and make them come forward, or we need to start coming forward. Slingers, make a line by where the onagers were. Well, you will need to be considerably closer, but that's where we're gonna put our line now. So all units start maneuvering forwards. We're gonna get ready for a fight, because that's all we can do at the end of the day. Try and keep our flank here. I want to try and keep out of these rocks as much as possible, by the way. Now, what concerns me the most within this battle, I feel like those rocks could somehow be our undoing if we're not careful. So we must be very, very wary of our terrain today. I mean, this is one of those few battles where the terrain is just so weirdly unique. Kind of wish I had skirmishers in this army, by the way. That was a bit of a oversight on my part to not put skirmishers in there. Still, it's looking like the enemy still is not tempted. And oh, guys, come on. Right. Let's keep moving up. Let's just keep moving up. We need to try and lure the Egyptians to move. I think some movement among them, but I don't think it's satisfactory movement. So let's just keep getting closer and closer. Libyan spears, I will be wary though. Those chariots will start moving soon. General, have your cavalry moved up and ready, by the way. Elephants, we can start bringing you in closer as well. Because it looks like the enemy archers aren't very interested in moving. Where are my long shields, by the way? Long shields. Try and make your way towards those ruins. That might be where you're more useful. Right. Let's keep this one. Ooh. And that's our onagers, by the way. They've just left the battlefield, so they are gone for good today. They have retreated, routed, or withdrawn successfully. Right. Guys, move up a little closer if you want. Slingers, I've given you an order. Try and target the Pharaoh's guards, please. I do not particularly want to move up any further forward at this point. I want the enemy to come to me now, because I feel like we do a little bit better defensively. Either way, Slingers are now doing their part. Starting to get a few shots out against them, and we're bringing them down. Good. And the Egyptians seem willing to allow me to do this. So, Slingers, keep it up. Just keep bringing them down. I'll tell you what, can some of you maybe work on the Pharaoh's bowmen? They may fight back, but at the same time, those guys are well armed, so you know, they're not going to be much. Actually, no, have a go against the chariots. Avoid skirmishing, by the way. Skirmish only when I tell you to skirmish, please. And oh, he must be that little lost one who finally freed himself from those stupid rocks, right? So the enemy's getting a little pissed off now, so we need to be ready for them. Right. Let's bring that map a little more zoomed out, by the way. Right. Getting one or two shots out against those chariots, by the way, so it looks like we're starting to kill a few of them off. Keep it up, Slingers. If you can kill any more of them, then... Yep, there we go. A few more dying. Keep it up. You can kill those guys. You've done very well for yourselves. And you are just continuing to pick away at that Pharaoh's guard. So at least that'll be one unit more or less out of commission. And these Pharaoh's bowmen, they are considerably weakened as well, as are those guards. So, you know, we've done a good job with our missile units so far. We've taken down 13% and we haven't even engaged a spear on a sword or anything. And I was going to triple speed there, but then I saw the enemy was moving around. Looks like the enemy may be getting ready to make a move against me. But if they are, they're being very, very indecisive. I am worried about these guys may open fire in a minute, but they don't seem very interested in it. I mean, what kind of... Oh, here we go. You're gonna... No. Okay. Like, what kind of tarred generals just standing here and just allowing this to happen? Because, right, here we go. Getting some movement at last, boys and girls. Right. The Egyptians are on the move. Right. Slingers, get a few more shots out. Let's try and hit them while they're manoeuvring. These are always our best opportunities to try and get extra kills, because this is when the enemy isn't quite on their guard and ready. Oh dear, that fell apart completely, by the way. Right. I think we're getting a few things being shot at us, by the way. Looks like with some of the chariot archers are having a narc on against us, right? I'm sure you guys can tank it out. I'm sure you guys will be great against it. Target the Pharaoh's bowmen now, or at least the Pharaoh's guard, or actually no, get away. You've got cavalry inbound. Skirmish away from them. Looks like I'm not really interested in hitting you though. See if you can get their attention in a very nasty way. I don't think we really hit them. I think we hit the Pharaoh's bowmen more than anything there. Right, Slingers, keep it up. They're just letting you stand there and bully them, so just keep it up. I mean, You are taking the occasional hit from the chariot archers, but let's face it, I think we're getting more kills than they are. So, and basically we're also killing more valuable units because, yeah. Not to imply that slingers are not of any value to me, but let's face it, they're cheap as chips and very replaceable. I suspect something like a chariot archer or a pharaoh's guard is not really the case. So, this is the enemy just right in their own grave here. Right. Seriously, he's taken down 30 men out of this unit alone. I'm only halfway through my ammo. Right, keep it up, lads. Keep it up. Just keep slinging, keep slonging. At this rate, you're going to bring them down into absolute chaos. I mean, they're trying to do their special. Ooh, I'm really prepared to be attacked pose, but really, they are just well, they're just humiliating themselves in the field. I mean, seriously, let's just slow it down one more time. And look at that, this unit's gone down from about, what, 90 men down to 20 just through these slingers, and some may say it's counterproductive to be using my slingers like this, but to be honest, well, let's face it, there isn't really any particularly expendable unit the Egyptians have brought along today. Hell, the Oranges could have had a go against me, but they're not really trying, so yeah. Right, keep it up, see if you can just wipe this unit out outright, and then you may leave the battlefield for now, but just honestly, just wipe them out. I think one unit's definitely about to run out of ammo, by the way, so these guys are out. So, right, withdraw from the battlefield, please. As for you, use your last shot. Alright, we didn't quite wipe him out entirely, but let's face it, we've made that unit practically ineffective now. Okay. The Egyptians still out biting, and we've managed to take out 21% of their men now. So, guess it's time to kill the other 79%. Right, Sacred Band, move in. Let's arrange our formation. The enemy has not bitten. They are being very, very stubborn. It's not like they're refusing to fight, but they're making life a little annoying for me at this stage. Now, they seem to be very, very entrenched in their defences, so we'll have to bring the fight to them this time around. It's just these... this area of battlefield could be where it could all go wrong for us, so we must have our wits about us. So long shields as well. Get moving up, but can't really see many openings for you. I don't really want you going up against Nile cavalry. They seem tougher than the regular cavalry the Egyptians bring. Definitely train. I mean, they're more or less on the same level as the Sacred Band cavalry, really. A light cavalry who likes to think he's a bit heavier, so yeah. Still, my Sacred Band cavalry are better because I say so. Right, cavalry, get yourselves lined up here. The enemy's getting ready to fight now. They know it's fight time, so at least they are trying to arrange themselves into a formation. But it looks like they're trying to get into a little bit of a tighter formation, actually. Oh, hello, here comes our first engagement. Spearmen, engage a guarding stance, please, if you can, because I don't want you necessarily chasing anything away, but yeah, let the chariots come to you. Because, well, all they're doing is they're just bouncing off you and then just dying. So, yeah. I've got some cavalry looking around to do a flank for, right. One unit of Sacred Band cavalry should be enough to dispatch you. So, send a unit of Sacred Band cavalry in, get them dealt with, and that's happy days for us. Right, how are we doing over here? Right, Poenes, I think I'd appreciate it if our formation was not quite interlocking like that. So, I know I'm going more for a big straight formation today, but the Egyptians don't really seem to be very interested in arranging their formation, so yeah. Desert Cavalry is absolutely shitting itself, by the way, so we should be fine, but my Sacred Band Cavalry has seen better days at this point, but their morale's going down and their numbers are just absolutely hemorrhaging, so we may be able to get away with this one. If we can, that's going to be fantastic, but I'm losing 7 of them as well. I think they're going to win. Right, get out of there, lads. It's not your fight now. We didn't even come in with that many troops anyway, but let's face it, the enemy was a little wilier than we were. Anyway, try and come in for another round, because I'm going to bring the general in to give you a hand. I mean, we may be able to push this guy to a point of crisis now. Right, we've got Egyptians inbound on our main flanks, and we've got some cavalry looking to do some naughty flanking. Right, whoop, there goes the general. Butterfingers. Elephants, I want you over here to give the my cavalry a hand. I know you guys are not necessarily designed to be counter cavalry, but oh my god, actually just pushed the now cavalry into a rout. Right, this, what black magic are my long shield cavalry using? Because this is not like them. Either way. By the way, armoured elephants, I'd rather it not be you joining the battle. Send in the weaker elephants first. It's not that I don't trust the armoured elephants, it's just that I don't want the armoured elephants to be pushed into a berserk. There are still archers on the field, and there is artillery, and they're moving that artillery up, and I think I know why. They're looking to snipe the elephants again. Long shield cavalry, you're not in a fun engagement right now. Poennies, get in there and lend them a hand. Cavalry, get out of there. You're losing. Don't remain in a losing battle. Right, what's going on over here? What have I got over here? Pharaoh's bowmen engaging Libyan spears. Why the fuck is that happening? I do not know. Cavalry, keep manoeuvring. You've got control of the back flanks now. General, deal with those guys. It looks like what's more, the Egyptians have tried to present a very organised battle line, but at the end of the day, it's completely collapsed into disarray, which is very odd, but this seems to be the new norm for the Egyptians. Right, war elephants, get around the flanks, prepare to assist in the causation, collision, basically just help fuck everything up really for the enemy. Make sure you've got your archers archering. The more shots we get out, the better. Right, Sacred Band cavalry, we need to find something to hit in the back, or better yet, chase down things that are routing, because that's pretty much the business we're in at this point. Right, elephants move in. Sacred Band, let's advance the line forward now. We're at the point where we have the advantage. So if we start manoeuvring our line forward, we've got this one. Poennies, do likewise. Get your line forward. Elephants, let's try and hit something in the back. Let's just play for maneuverability in the momentum game right now. So there we go. Bringing those elephants down. Looks like the Pharaoh's... Oh, actually, no. The Pharaoh's Guard have their backs to you. Smack them. Give them a good old smack in the back. There we go. That pushed them into an instant rout. That's what I want to see. Right. Focus on providing a little bit of relief to the Libyan spears, please. Or better yet, relief to these guys. Sacred Band cavalry, that's not an engagement you should be in. Get out of there. Let the Sacred Band infantry take this one forward, please. Or better yet, just let the elephants just fucking... well, flatten them is going to be the optimal adjective today, or the optimal verb.
The enemy
And we win!
Run! Drive them from the battlefield!
Okay, lads. It's the big finish. All units get in there, chase down, have some fun. And I will say to you, my men, you have done a satisfactory job for today, or even a more than satisfactory job. You managed to outmaneuver these wicked rocks on this battlefield, this very, very strange battlefield, and we managed to cause the Egyptians to crunch and collapse their line, and that's just delivered them defeat. That was pretty sneaky, pretty wily, and was it what I was trying to do throughout the entire battle? Not really, but the Egyptians seem to have this thing with starting off with a very well organised battle line, and then it just kind of, well, fucks up. That seems to be their trademark now, which is concerning, because it makes you wonder how they became top dog in the Middle East, but they did somehow, they did, and now it's really up to me to show them that, you know, they're not going to be the biggest empire in the world. That's going to be me. Right, anyway, elephants continue to bring them down. We've nearly done this one. Nearly managed to secure our final victory for today. Who's left in this battle? Don't think there's anyone left, actually. That's just about everyone gone. Apparently there is... Oh, wait, there are some guys over here. Right, elephant. Oh, Sacred Band cavalry. Get in there. Elephants. You don't need to worry about them anymore. You can snipe them if you want, though, but cavalry's coming in to just finish the job. Let's finish this loser off. Come on. That spear's too big for him anyway. I don't know how he can run with it. He's a weirdo. Surprised he not like falling over forwards. Oh, there he goes. He fell over forwards. What a noob.
Your victory is complete! No man can take any credit from you for the crushing of your foes!
A crushing defeat for the enemy then. I guess in a way that is kind of right. We actually managed to keep our losses to the absolute bare minimum, and well, the enemy has actually lost far more than I originally calculated. I thought really a lot of Egyptians got away, but yeah, but it's probably because it was just a higher concentration of them escaping all at once. So yeah. Well, I'll take that. Another successful skirmish against the Egyptians has brought them down again, and well, I think you can definitely see it in here. I mean, look at that, 306, 255 for the heavy onagers. Heavy onagers, you did very well if that is you. I mean, actually no, I think the heavy onagers did 99. I don't know. Look, someone did it. So either way, look, lots of kills. The men worked well together, and the Egyptians are kind of wrecked. And also we got some trait increases and a retinue expansion. So I'd like to say that is all in all a success. I mean, now Balhana is now more of a confident commander, and he has a shield bearer, which has increased the valor of his guards. So, Balhana, let's just make sure there's nothing we can just quickly merge up, just to make sure your men stay in tip-top fighting shape. We can definitely merge up your Sacred Band cavalry now. Looks like we're getting low on long shields. We'll merge up some of your Libyan spears, Poenis, they can get merged around as well. So, oh wait, your Libyan spears, ooh dear. But yeah, you guys can definitely go for a quick merger as well. That leaves me with one weakened unit though, so it's experience, so I don't want to disband it. Keep it around for now. We'll just retreat it from battles, but yeah, that'll do for now. Balhana, if you want a round 2 against Captain Ku, I'm happy to authorize it, because let's try and bring him down for good. Follow it up. If you can reach him in time, which you can't. Okay. Except I'm sending some Poenis. Right, Poenis, you've just earned your disbandment because well, actually, no, because Balhana won't catch up with him. Right, you guys, I'm going to have to disband you because, yeah, I can't have that happening. You can move in and do a follow-up on Captain Kubo if you want. Right, oh, by the way, Milker, that is a lovely beard you've grown. Any more Egyptians coming? No, we've got some brigands in the area, but they're not my issue. Right, that's a little worrying if the Egyptians aren't sending as many troops over, but they may be mobilising to repel me in Asia Minor. Still, this could give me an opportunity to make my way and make an inroad into, well, a true inroad into Libya. And that's also 2 little famous battles stacked up together now. One was in 134, which was the one where we had with Amilcus, and the other one's now in 133 with Balhana Hades against Captain Tios. We're getting a little collection here, aren't we? Right. Anyway, that's pretty much it for battles this turn. I mean, then again, we could probably move out of Pergamon and make our way to Nicomedia. That might be an idea, actually. Then again, we've got some retraining to do. So actually, we'll hold our ground at Pergamon for now, and also retrain. And ooh, we could upgrade our temple to Milcar, because yeah, we could just basically ditch Hermes now and swap him out for Milcar. It's a snap and swap, and we're also doing that in Harconasius. Right. Yeah, let's just do our admin then. Make sure every city is just doing something useful. We have basically so much money to play with. Bodestadt, by the way, you can park up in our new docks and enjoy them. Right. Halicarnassus, while you are currently in the process of retraining, could you add a Byrene to your training queue as well? And then we can get that sorted out. Pergamon, you're doing something fine. Sparta, you're fine. Corinth, you're fine. Athens, anything to build? Great estates, if you'd so please. Larissa, you need something to do, so let's start recruiting some Sacred Band cavalry. And I don't think we can bother building. Well, we could go for another great estates, but I'll hold off on that just because that is such an expensive building. But at least, actually, with control of the mausoleum, it now only takes 6 turns to do that, so that is nice. Ferman, Apollonia, and Salona are fine. Thessalonica, let's start recruiting some additional troops. Start recruiting some Poeni, please. I've noticed there are a few Egyptians lurking around as well. Apoltios Chermes, get rid of him. He's cornered, he can't escape. Excellent.
Victory!
Okay, park up in Thessalonica, and if you need anything to be retrained, we can do that now for you. By Lazora, we've pretty much got another wave of troops ready now at this rate. I mean, but we definitely want some Libyan spearmen to flesh this army out, so get to work on those. So let's just move up all the way over here now. Abydos, you're on your way. Timurson, you had your lovely victory against Titus Propertius, so you're on your way home. Levarvum, let's work on some better walls. Erimnium, you're working on troops for us to use against Captain Carlos. Admiral Thera, you're carrying troops to Asia Minor, so you're fine. Admiral Xenophanes, you're also carrying and you're on the move, so you're fine, but let's make sure we're getting you now fully out and about of the Adriatic. Agiricus, you're linking up with Admiral Giscon, and you are on your way now to fight the Egyptians. Fight the good fight, right. Excellente. So let's see if anything else is going on. So Tarentum, your troops are pretty much ready to go as well. But
Aye, great lord.
Admiral, all right, but Admiral Balhanos for you. Where's Chaiseries at this point?
Lord.
He's here, right? Tarentum, you want to get your army on the move then?
Sire.
Tabnet Hades, are you still? Yep, Tabnet is still in the mood for a fight. So right, Tabnet,
Sire.
move
My
out
liege.
every troop you have basically, because they're all super useful. So let's just make sure Tarentum doesn't die first.
Onward.
Be a little sulky, but that's fine, right? On your boat, head over. I might actually dispatch you just to the south. We'll see how that goes. I mean, at this rate, we could maybe even, well, there'll probably be a higher presence of Egyptian fleets here, but if we take any more control of the seas, even their homelands are going to be very vulnerable. I mean, really, the only Egyptian areas that will be out of my arm's reach is going to be like, you know, all the way over here in Arabia Felix. That's going to be bad for the Egyptians, isn't it? That's going to be really bad. I mean, I'm not just bringing about campaign victory now. I'm bringing about their fucking complete elimination. Right, anyway, work on a unit of slingers for now, Tarentum, just as a quick replacement to make sure you stay on the straight and narrow. Croton, you are absolutely fine and dandy. Capua, we are holding to ransom for as long as we can. Rome, you can work on more troops if you want, unless there's any retraining to do, which there is, so let's work on that. And then work on some slingers while we wait for our Temple to Baal to be completed. Retium, let's, yeah, do we need an execution square? Not really. I mean, we could swap it out for a growth build policy and just make things even happier for us. You can work on some Sacred Band now if you want to. What temple are you currying around now? Have you already... Oh, yeah, I think we blotted up our mega Temple to Baal, didn't we? So, yeah, that's fine by me, and as does Arimnium. Arimnium, by the way, anything for you to build? Academy or a secret police HQ? Right, we'll leave you be for now. Segesta, I'm kind of just happy to not bother recruiting from you anymore. I think we have reached a stage where I probably do have more than enough troops now just to carry it through to the end. But I may set myself a little bonus goal. Because it's one thing to take Sidon and that died as... Oh, hello, we've got company on the way, by the way. It's one thing to take Sidon and enact Dido's revenge. It's another thing to hold the town for, say, a little predetermined time limit. That'll be interesting. Mainly, basically, if I get Capua, like, if Capua isn't done, then, you know, we'll do it until we hold Capua. That would be a nice little thing for us to do. Right. Anyway, but that's enough of me gassing about my random plans to keep dragging this series out, basically, because, honestly, it's going to be like I've lost my right arm or something when this is done. It'll be like I'll have lost all purpose in life. I mean, it'll be all fun and well starting the new campaign on Medieval 2, but it'll be like, oh, fuck, man, I miss my Carthaginians. Still, this is a save file I will not erase. I might just keep playing this game in my own time until I basically paint the entire world white. Yeah, we're leaving you 3 towns alone for now, so... You just stay your course. Nabomatis, you also stay your course. Lemonum. Let's work on a Grand Bazaar. Condate Redonum. Let's get some sewers set up. Oscar, what are we up to? Where are you off to, Captain Zeuxis? By the way, you're just a peasant train, so right, keep on moving, please. Right, Oscar, where are we up to? We've got some, well, we've got a lot of Sacred Band inbound from Corduba, actually, so we should be fine now. We've got some Poenis, we've got some Slingers. Start working on some skirmishers, please. We always need skirmishers. Carthago Nova, can you work on some more long shields, please? Numantia, you're absolutely fine. Corduba, you're working on Sacred Band Cavalry. Sturica, you're just currently dying of plague. Scalabis, you're somehow getting better and better. It might be better to a point where I can maybe cut out a lot of this recruitment, actually. There we go. Maybe having that academy is actually starting to teach this guy to be a little less shit. Also retrain those peasants because I said so, right. Tingy, you're currently in recruitment process, so you're absolutely fine. Cirta, you're fine. Carthage, you're fine. Well, I say you're fine, but you're suffering from population droppage, but there's not a lot I can do about it, unfortunately. Thapsus, you can build a scriptorium if you want to keep it upgrading Zalmoxis Hydromentum. Looks like he's turned himself more into a governor now than a commander, so that's actually kind of fine by me because, well, then again, Gisco Headers is also becoming a mega command, well, mega Obviously, Bodnal Cartena is probably going to be the one who leads any armies. Yeah, so Thapsus, you just stay your course. Lepsis Magna, you're doing fine. Nepta, are you just like ever going to grow? Nearly grown. What if I could maybe get away with disbanding a few of Nepta's troops, like disbanding these guys first things first, and then maybe just yeah, right, that's as far as I'm going to disband, but yeah. At least that's put us a little ways closer to growing Nepta, because I don't know, I feel slightly annoyed that that town hasn't grown yet. Right, we've got Poeni, Slingers, Poeni, yeah, that's enough troops for us to send out, right. Have them head for Lepsis Magna, please, and also basically do a general patrol for Brigands, Rebels, and anything else that annoys me. Looks like that's about as far as you can move, by the way, but yeah, just get a shift on. Start working on some War Elephants here, please, and then await further orders, and yeah, with 14 grand to spare, I do believe that is this turn administrated out. Every town is now working on something useful for me. We've fought every battle we can fight for now. We're just rebuilding ourselves in Pergamon and Halicarnassus before we make our next moves. Really, we're now making inroads into Libya, so it's all going wrong for the Egyptians now, isn't it? It's not gonna last much longer for them. I mean, Charmendius is heading over just to scout the area. I'm going to do Rhodes next turn. I mean, that's going to be part 1 of 3 of our final victory there. And I mean, 3 more regions and it's over anyway. It's going to be so long for the Egyptians now. Move on to the next turn, please. Very peaceful end to the turn. When again, there are a lot of factions to even do a turn anymore. Right, let us see what's going on. And so, end of turn report. We're very rich. I mean, oh God, look at that. We've got money now. We've got loads of money. We're very advanced, by the way. Faction announcements. Sotera Alkippo are being born. Gisco and Abscantius got married. Zeuxis Gisco, by the way, gained a geographer. Ardable Abusius, a geographer as well. Ardable Abusius gained a Chirigan. Gisco Hades, a pet lion. Fibripeda Sika, a master of horse. And Gisco Hades, also a master of horse. Social report, by the way, Corduba has a Ludus Magna now, Oscar an Execution Square, Nabomatis a Grand Bazaar, Massilla a Merchant's Quarter, Scalabis a Scriptorium, Halicarnassus a Shrine to Baal. Right, Halicarnassus, keep upgrading, please. And, ooh, hello, lots of angry Egyptian fleets on the way. We're carrying anything that's... No, we're not carrying... Oh, they're just hovering around to cause trouble then. Recruitment report, by the way, Carthage Nova has Long Shield Cavalry, Corduba some Sacred Band Cavalry. Carthage some Armoured Elephants, Tingi some Sacred Band, Oscar some Skirmishers, Sirtus some Sacred Band Cavalry, Lilibane some Sacred Band, Thapsus some Armoured Elephants, Lepsis Magna some Sacred Band Cavalry, Mediolanium some Onagers, Petavium some Sacred Band Cavalry, Messana some Sacred Band, Syracuse some Sacred Band Cavalry, Sparta some Sacred Band, Arinium some Poeni Infantry, Corinth some Sacred Band, Bilazora some Libyan Spearmen, Athens some more Sacred Band, Thessalonica some Poenis, Tarentum some Slingers, Croton some Sacred Band Cavalry, Rome some Slingers, Halicarnassus Byreme, and it's all retraining from there. Right. Cool. With only 15 minutes to go, more or less, I think it's time we got our teeth into another battle. So, let's keep up the bloodshed. Captain, whatever your name is again, Captain Chirian, initiate the attack on Rhodes, please, or at least get rid of this rebel here, and then prepare to siege the city. But Captain Nachos will be joining us anyway. But Captain Coriolos, it's got its carrying against Coriolos. Like we said, he's bringing militia hoplites, 4 of which. 3 units of Rhodian slingers. They could be a little bit of a pain for us. And plenty of Illyrian / Equites / crap cavalry. We should be able to win just by slamming our Sacred Band in there, but I would prefer if our slingers could try and get some shots out. However, with the high presence of slingers, there may be a bit of an issue. Captain Anspheres, we don't know what he's bringing by the way, but he's got 209 men, so I assume it may be a general or basically peasants. Peasants actually probably going to be the more logical guess. Anyway, let's fight this on the battle map and ensure that we take Rhodes today.
The lands of the dead will see many new souls before the sun sets. Just make sure that you are not one of them. Send our foes there instead. And remember this above all. The gods watch us today. Be sure they are not ashamed by your actions. Now advance!
We're so good even the Colossus of Rhodes is raising his torch to praise us in battle. Let us bring down this army and ensure that Rhodes has a new master, a benevolent master who will make this town very prosperous, but yeah, we're fighting near enough under the shadow of a Colossus, or at least under his gaze. Again, that's probably the back of his head. Either way, he's a cool dude, just watching us in the distance. But now our main target is the Rhodians, who are in the bottom of the hill. This will give us a little bit of a height advantage then with our slingers. Which is always useful. So slingers, get yourselves ready to try and dish out the herd. Sacred Band, you line up alongside the Poetes, who are just really here for the ride. Basically, when the time comes, push yourselves into a unit of militia hoplites and watch them collapse. And cavalry will be on the flanks doing their usual thing.
Enemy reinforcements have arrived in battle.
Ah dear, what are they bringing? Slingers and a general. Right, cavalry. Go put an end to them. Get rid of them now. I'm not interested in them, and I do not really have a lot of respect for them either. Which kind of makes me sound dickish, but nah, I don't really have a lot of respect for them. Slingers, target those militia hoplites, and try and target their slingers as well. But to be honest, I'd rather have you play with the slingers. They'll be a more tempting target, or at least a more fun target, or at least a target I want dead more than anything. Slingers may make things a little hairy for my cavalry, but, well, more for my infantry, but our cavalry should be capable of bringing them down. Either way, bring down anything that seems undisciplined and uninterested. How are we doing over there, by the way? We've slammed in long shields. I want you to focus fire on the slingers. The Sacred Band focus fire on the general. Right, you two should be fine, at least I hope you'll be fine. I'm already seeing that the long shields aren't having a fun time, but to be honest, that's long shields. Either way, they've left. Right, excellent. Cavalry, they're not worth our time. Make your way back to the battlefield and prepare for further orders. You two, by the way, no skirmishing. Come on. Brave faces, lads, brave faces. We've got a very disorganised enemy who hasn't a clue what they're doing, so I mean, you've got a chance to bean these guys in the back of the head, which we've just done. I mean, their numbers are just coming down. Right, guys, behind the line. They're coming to say hello for real this time. Let's try and do a better job of that, right? Yeah. Guys, when running away, can we do it a little bit more organised? Oh, well, too late. Alright, well, they're going to collide into our line anyway and get absolutely mangled, so that's fine by me. I mean, yeah, my slingers may not have come out too well, but at the same time, their cavalry is now effectively through that, so actually my guys might reform anyway, so you never know. Right, slingers, keep it up. We're basically fighting a big disorganised mass of men right now. I don't know which side is which, who is who. He avoided you as well. He's scared of you. Right. Keep trying to hit things. I think they're trying to reform their line. Even had some on our flanks. Ooh, you're trying to scare me now, aren't you? Right. Cavalry, make your way. Basically start snaking your way up the flank. Slowly and obviously. And oh god, this is a new manoeuvre. Right, guys, they're a little better than you in melee combat. I recommend you pull out of that engagement. Even if you do get promoted. You got promoted for a tactical retreat basically this time. But get back behind the lines. I'm not interested in dealing with them. They are trying to hit us with their slings now, so we need to definitely try and force their hand. Force them into a melee engagement. One of you Sacred Bands, do you want to try and chase them down? They may run away, but we may be able to start force them into a skirmishing cycle. That's not going to do them anything good. You two, mop up whatever's going on here. Just get rid of those guys. Right. You, halt, maintain your position. Slingers, deal with their slingers. This may just be working into my advantage. Slingers who have reformed, get yourselves back in battle, please. may be able to bring this enemy down. Basically, we are at the point where we are just basically having our way with them, and we're having a lot of fun with them. So that's another volley going out there. Nice and high, actually. I think that's because we do have a lovely height advantage. Sacred Band, please perform and get back into line. We're going to have more fun against those militia hoplites. You two, you've done a good job at pushing out whatever's retreating. Return here and prepare for your next maneuver. I know you guys are beginning to feel a little weary of your stamina, but it's okay. You will hopefully have the opportunity for rest. Slingers, I'd get out of there if I were you. They are incoming and they are after you. So try and pull them towards a Sacred Band if you could, please. There we go. He's going to fall for it. He's going to clash slightly into the side. No, he's going to fight it. Yeah, he's going to fight us. Good, 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 good. Right, Slingers, if you're quick, we may be able to get a quick volley out on him. Let's get into position. Right. Volley now, lads. Volley now. Get a volley out now before he gets away. Come on. Oh, he's out of range now. We may be able to hit him. Got a few of them at least. Excellent job, Slingers. Right. Try and move into range of that general if you want, because if we can bring him down, then that's going to be all the better for us. Right. You two. Start moving around quicker. I want you to try and find an opportunity to bring their Slingers down, because they just keep trying to pick on my infantry, and I don't really appreciate that a lot. Even if it's something I do every day with my Slingers, but you know, I think it's best that I don't taste my own medicine right now. So just give their Slingers something to worry about. Keep marching around, keep shaking them up. Basically, you're more than capable of pushing them into a rout. Slingers, focus fire on those militia hoplites if you can, please. We'll focus on pushing away the last of their Slingers and making sure that they don't return to the battlefield. We've got them down. We've got them down. Okay, come on, just there's some more Slingers there. They're eager. Right, I think it's because they are quite far away. Right. Looks like the general's coming to basically give us a piece of his mind. All units surround and kill him, please. Guys, into him. Come on. I want him gone. Don't want him just fighting a long shield cavalry, because that's when it all goes wrong. So, right, long shield cavalry, pull out, go find something else to do. Go play with the Slingers. You can beat them. Right, that cavalry's eyeing us up again. Get a volley out and then run away. No, wait, we're running away. Are they running away? Guys, are you going to attack us or are you not going to attack us? Basically, right. I'm going to recommend you maybe pull your line back a little bit, lads. Maybe also we try and make our formation a little more formatted. Right. Did lose our long shields by the way, but the enemy general is surrounded and he's going to go down any second now, unless he already has. But no, there he goes.
The general has been killed. Now we will see the measure of his soldiers' courage.
Right, we'll bring down whatever's left of those Slingers. Long shields did reform, so well done you guys. Looks like the enemy army is pretty much in flight now. Right, you shoot anything that's getting away. You deal with whatever's incoming. Sacred Band cavalry, you're just mowing away those Slingers. You did an excellent job there. Got more cavalry incoming. I don't want you dealing with them solo. Return to the main line. See if the enemy cavalry can follow you. But it looks like we're going to clash. Right, guys, turn around. You may need to fight this one out. You may be able to do it, but it's not something I really wanted you to do. Unless you try and get the long shields up to help you. I mean, they're not going to be much help, but we may just be able to... No, wait. Ah, you ran away. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Right, cavalry. Focus fire on just basically bringing down anything that's routing now. Keep away from the militia hoplites. They're not your friends, and well, that's basically it. Right, you give those Slingers something to worry about. They're having a go at us. I don't appreciate that. You Slingers, move away. Right, where my Sacred Band? Turn, get into those Rhodian Slingers. Get rid of them. Those guys are retreating. Focus fire on them. We've pretty much got the enemy in complete disarray now. They're not coming back. They are gone. They are dealt with. They are doomed. They are D to the O to the O to the M to the E to the D. Doomed. Enjoy your new rulership, lads. I will make sure I govern Rhodes with a fair hand. Because at the end of the day, I'm actually here just to make you really, really rich. But, you know, I had to just kind of enforce my will here because, you know, you kind of snapped off against the Egyptians. So I suspected you guys are really into your independence and shit. And because diplomacy never really works for me, because I think this game is just fucking biased against Carthage, I had to basically put you to the sword. I am sorry, but I'll make it up to you, you know. I'll invest in the town, build hospitals, roads, schools, and all that lovely stuff you all want to make your civilization even more enlightened, cultured, and basically better. So I'm going to ceasefire. The cavalry can mop this one up for now. You've all done a good job today. I don't even know why I continue the battle. I guess I'm just really, really nasty to be natives now, aren't I? Oh well, just put down whatever's still here, and then we can call that a day and a victory. Who's left? This guy. Right. Get rid of the last Rhodian. The rest of them will submit to my rule. He just made a foolish error of taking up arms against me, so now he's sacrificed a big statue on the hill.
Victory is yours! And no one can argue that it is not both well-deserved and worthy!
So there we go, the enemy army was just about completely wiped, so that was a clear victory to us, and that should give me Rhodes as my, well, not present, but as my conquest. Carthaginian, move in and initiate the occupation of Rhodes. But we will have to maybe be a bit nasty to it and just expand our coffers further. But we now have access to the Colossus. So, control of the Colossus actually does increase our naval trade, so if you thought we were making a lot of trade already, get ready for our coffers to be, well, fucking bursting at the seams. And we now need only 2 more regions before victory is declared. Or initial victory is declared. Either way, we are projected to make a massive profit of 60,000 denarii, but that may be a bit less after I've done a little bit of spending. However, that spending will be dealt with on the next episode, my friends. For now, we're going to ensure that Rhodes continues to grow as a healthy town under fair rulership. We'll increase its dockyard, and we'll also repair the stables and retrain whatever men we can. And those sacred band may be dispatched on another military campaign in the very near future. But for now, we're going to call that an episode, and I hope you've enjoyed. And, well, what have we achieved today? We've strategically stumped the Egyptians in Africa. And Rhodes now belongs to us. And we're making our move to conquer more of Asia Minor. And make the move, at long last, to execute Dido's revenge. See you there, my friends.